Welcome to His Line with Dave Ebert, Essie Taylor, Anna Yee, Nicci Hejnar, Lanore Podolske, featuring Clarence Sonny Hogan. And now, here is your host, Comedian L.
Well, welcome. Thank you so much for coming out again to our top secret location. I'm glad you all checked your emails that exploded after you checked them. I want to tell you a quick story before I bring all of our special guests and introduce you to the show that we're doing. So, I wasn't always a good Christian. I mean, as far as back as I can remember as yesterday before I got saved. And I used to be in a gang. And so because I was in the gang, my dog was in the gang because clearly dog is a man's best friend. So he had to join with me and go to the gang meetings with me. And so I was L folks and my dog was fuzzy folks. And we lived wrong for a long time. And then one day we found the Lord and I decided to get saved. But my dog, he wasn't so willing to let go of his gangster lifestyle. He would get out the yard often, run the streets with his dog and get female dogs. So one day I was in heavy prayer and worship and I was listening to Kirk Franklin. My dog walked in the room and said, "Where's the Rick Ross?" Ruff. And he walked out the room and I was kept praying and worshiping. I said, "Lord, I want to thank you for everything you're giving me. All my iPhones and iBoxes and iPads, all these Jordans I have, and I still don't have a car yet, but I got them J's. Thank you, Lord. Well, Lord, I know that all dogs don't go to heaven, but if you see fit, Lord, please, Lord, let fuzzy folks into the kingdom. Fuzzy folks isn't a bad dog." And as I was praying and in fervent worship, I looked over to the right, and who was there right next to me with his tail wagging and his head bowed down? Fuzzy folks gave his life to the Lord. Y'all thank God for me and my dog gonna make it in. It's a true story. It's only funny because it's true. All right. Well, today we have a special comedian in the building, man. His name is Sonny. He is originally from Detroit, Michigan, but he's been in Chicago almost 20 years, so he's repping Chicago strong. He is an educator, he is a speaker, and he spends a lot of time working within the Inglewood community. Will you please give a warm welcome, start clapping right now, for Sonny!
What's up? What's up? How y'all doing today? I wish the people on screen can see how beautiful y'all are in this secret location that we have here. I'm gonna go off the vibe of what the host just said. He talked about his salvation, how he got lured into the church. Him and his dog got saved, and so I'm like, why not tell my salvation story? So mine was a little bit different. So it was about 1970, right? And I was going to this church. Me and my sister would always just go to church. That's it. We didn't stay. Just to Sunday school because my grandmother was a minister. One of them Holy Ghost filled, water baptized, Jesus on the man running for her life type of Christians, right? And everything we did, she was like, "You going to hell?" We was like, "What? You going to hell? What? You gonna go to hell?" We like, "What we gonna be able to do in heaven? Everything you do, you go to hell for, right?" One day at church, I saw a parishioner that caught my eye. I was like, "Yeah, this is what's up." Okay. And it seemed like we was vibing with each other. I kind of was feeling her and she was kind of feeling me. So I was like, this church thing ain't too bad if they're going to have pretty women in heaven, I was 7, but I still know what a good looking woman looked like. The problem is this woman was my Sunday school teacher, right? So she was like 20 years older than me, but I didn't think that was no big deal. Right? I think I'm going to fall in love with her. She's going to fall in love with me. We're going to live happily ever after. And my grandmother going to be excited because I came to the Lord. So one day in Sunday school, the teacher had a decree. The Bible talk about a decree, right? She said, whoever memorizes all the books of the Bible, they get to go to dinner with me after church. So, of course, I heard what all you heard. She just asked me out on a date. She want to go on a date with me on the low, but she can't say it because she's 25 and I'm 7, right? So, all you can eat place. She even said that. We're going to go to all you can eat place. I said, this is God speaking straight to me. My woman, fried chicken, what more could a man ask for? So I went straight to my grandmother. I'm like, look, I got to memorize all 66 or however many books of the Bible in the Old Testament. And she was like, hallelujah, this boy done gave his life to the Lord. I didn't tell her there was a woman involved, and I was doing it for selfish and maybe even lustful reasons, right? So we would practice, right? Sunday and Saturday after Saturday after Saturday, Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, Judges, Ruth, 1st and 2nd Samuel, 1st and 2nd Kings, 1st and 2nd Chronicles, Ezra, Nehemiah, Esther, Job, Psalms, Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, Song of Solomon, Isaiah, Jeremiah, Lamentations, Ezekiel, Joel, Amos, Obadiah, Jonah, Micah, Nahum, Rebecca, Zephaniah, Zechariah, Malachi. But y'all know what I'm saying, right? And there you go. Come on. Don't tell me love can't do that now. Love will make you do some crazy things. So I went to church the next Sunday with my Sunday go to meeting clothes on. I told my sister, look, you can go leave if you want to, but I'm staying because I'm getting married after this service, right? All doing service, I'm thinking at this all-you-can-eat place, how am I going to propose to her? Will it be between the dessert? Will it be before dinner? I didn't know what to do. So I'm getting myself prepped up. I'm getting myself revved up. I'm like, yes, I can do this. After church, we go to her car. This was back in the day when kids had to sit in the back seat. Remember kids had to sit in the back? You wasn't no sitting in the front. So I got in the back seat on the passenger side, and she got in on the passenger side too. And I'm thinking, this way before Uber. So I'm like, what's going on? What is she doing? What's going on? And out the door comes this Goliath looking brother, right? I mean, this is Goliath from the Bible who gets in the car with us. And then she turns around in the back seat to me and say, this is my husband. I'm like, you married? Wait a minute. You made me memorize all them books of the Bible? I was about to tap him on the shoulder and say, hey, man, I don't remember you memorizing that one book of the Bible while we was in Sunday school, but he was so big. I remember he was so big that when he put his hand on the seat to back up the car, his hand took up the whole seat. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to let him have this one. And I was about to get out the car and say, I'm not going nowhere with you because you've been leading me on all this time. I spent all those weeks memorizing the books in the Bible for what? But then the Lord said to me, don't forget we're going to an all-you-can-eat place. Because, that's how the Lord talk, right? I said, carry on, right? And that's how I got introduced to the Lord, through fried chicken and love, right? All right? Anybody know that kind of grandmother I'm talking about? I was talking about my grandmother. Anybody had that kind of grandmother in their life that's just this, she religious, but she also a little bit crazy. You just don't know exactly what she gonna do. She the kind that will box you and then pray for you after you get done busting your lip. One of them kind of grandmamas, yeah? Or a mother. Anybody got any? I'm the only one got a crazy mom up in here. Okay. Some of y'all look like some crazy mamas. You look like you would go around with somebody, like don't do it, right? That's how my mother was. That's how my grandmother was. They was just, I call them mothers of old. These old school mothers who would just do basically anything. I'm like, do you have any limit of what you would do? My grandmother used to take us to the store every Saturday. Every Saturday she would take us to the store, and she had this big deuce and a quarter, this big, huge car, which cars used to be real big. We used to have to sit in the back seat again. But it was so big, in order to tap on the back seat, we had to get up and walk to her back seat. That's how big the car was, right? Y'all know them big cars I'm talking about. With the bucket seats. Remember the bucket seats when you had to say, tell the other person, we're going to pull the seat up, and y'all had to talk to each other? Okay, on 3, we're going to pull it up. We're going to put on 1. And they always mess it up, and you on the steering wheel just like this, right? We're in a big car like that. She'll pull up into the Kmart parking lot, throw that deuce in reverse, pull down that rear view mirror, and give us the same speech Saturday after Saturday. When we get in here, don't ask for nothing. I'm like, why do you bring us here every week if we can't ever get nothing? And then if we get inside and get something, ask for something, she would lock us in the car. Remember kids used to be locked in the car? Go to the car. You're like, it's 150 degrees outside. Go sit in the car and the windows is up, right? I'm thinking, this woman is crazy. My mother wasn't too far off of it. My mother trying to get into heaven now, so she's really, doing all this little sweet stuff and talking to my nephews and nieces. Well, they don't know them, but I'm like, who are you? Who have you turned into this nice little sweet? I remember you used to punch me in the face. And now you're trying to get into heaven? She's addicted. When I say she addicted, she is addicted to the thrift stores. Addicted. Any thrift store shoppers in there? Okay. You ain't gonna be happy in a minute. No, I'm just playing. Mother go to the thrift store so much, and she do the same thing every thrift store shopper do. Whenever they get something, they be like, look, touch that. That's leather, that's real leather, you know. Guess how much I paid for that? You be thinking, oh my God, man, I don't want it. Come on, tell me, how much? 15, no, 10, no, $7 and it had a green sticker. I'm like, what does that mean? What does a green sticker have to do with any of this? Me and my sister did an intervention with her. We was like, look, you addicted, you need to stay out of the thrift stores. She got indignant. She was like, what? How dare you say I'm addicted? How dare you tell me to stay out of the thrift store? Why would you even say that? Why would you say that I'm addicted? I said, Ma, because some of that stuff you bought, you took up there. You took it through the back door and bought it back out the front. I made this in camp and you just gave it to me for my birthday. You addicted to the thrift store. She is working hard to try to get into heaven. I try to work with her. And I used to feel bad that, oh, my mother's a little off. My sister is certifiably crazy, right? No doubt in my mind, But what I learned is everybody got somebody crazy in their family. You know what I'm saying? You learn as you get older. She's shaking her head. She knows. There's some people here ain't shaking their head. She's shaking her head. She know exactly. You got that person in your mind, don't you, right? Don't look at me. Don't look at him because he might be here with you, right? No, I'm just playing. Everybody got a crazy person in their family, right? Now, some of y'all not shaking your head. You know why? You that crazy person. You that person they talking about somewhere. I got a crazy niece in my family, right? So that's the thing about families. Everybody got a crazy person in their family that do weird stuff. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Get a new family? So I just try to bear with it and love them and keep on going. That's my time. Thank you.
One more time for Sonny. Wow. That's good stuff there, Sonny. Sonny gonna finally make it into heaven now, though. Learn how to love that crackhead uncle. You got to learn how to love him. Well, listen, you can find Sonny on social media at Sonny Speaks. And if you want to go to his website, it is sonnyspeaks.com. All right. We'll be back with more His Line and the improv stylings of Well Versed. Make some noise.
Coming up next, Well Versed Comedy.
Hi, I'm Nicci Hejnar. This thing is not on. Or is it? It just made a buzz. Sorry, I get distracted easily. That's been something for my entire life. I have always been into comedy. I didn't know I was funny when I was younger. I was just being serious and people would always laugh at me, which I thought they were always making fun of me, but I'm just extremely animated and was very serious about things. And I've always had a weird way of expressing myself and explaining things and thinking outside of the box. It took me a while to get out of some of the social awkwardness and realize, no, you're just kind of naturally funny. And then to learn the craft of humor and comedy. I did stage productions first and also went to AMTC and thought I'd put together some of my funny stories. AMTC Actors, Models, and Talent for Christ, like Essie did. And thought I'd put together some of my stories, and I thought it was really funny. They thought I needed to go to a class, so I did. And since then have been working on formulating material, doing stand-up, but I also like improv a lot because it's less work. Because you have to do a lot of writing with stand-up and all of those things. So that's how I got into comedy.
And welcome back to His Line with the improv comedy stylings of Well Versed Comedy. Make some noise. And keep that energy going for Essie Taylor, Anna Joy Yee, Lanore Podolske, Dave Ebert, Nicci Hejnar and Evan. All right, so you can find Well Versed at wellversedcomedy.com, which is spelled phonetically correct. And then on social media, you can find them at Well Versed Comedy, which is Well Versed and then CMDY, because I don't think they could use all the, what were those again? Vowels. I told you, CPS, man. All right, let's do it. I'm going to have a blast throwing cue cards, so just enjoy with me. All right, first game. Let's get started. For all the players, this is questions only. We'll start a scene, and the players can only speak in questions. If a player doesn't ask a question, or it takes too long, or repeats a question too much, I will hit the bell, and the next player is up. Your suggestion is toupees.
Is your hair real?
What kind of question is that?
Is it a wig?
What do you think?
Do you call it a toupee if it's only for a guy?
Do you see that guy with that toupee over there?
Are you sure that's not a dog on his head?
I'm not sure.
Did it move?
What do you think?
How much did that cost?
Have you ever heard of Groupon?
You ever heard of Wise Choices?
Why don't you like it?
Does the word mop ring a bell?
Well, aren't mops cool?
Well, aren't mops for cleaning the floor?
Doesn't it look like dreads?
Do you like listening to Bob Marley? Okay.
What's up?
Do I look good?
Can I be honest?
Do you want to live?
Would you believe you look magnificent?
Do you lie to me often?
Should I answer that honestly?
Do you like your life?
No.
What would you be ordering today?
Do you have a special?
How much do you want to spend?
Did you see my bank account?
Are you Mrs. Jones?
Do you know it?
Would you like to see our finest hairs?
Do you have the European style?
Do we? So, are you working on your look for the new dance next week?
Did you see the spread at my photo shoot?
How could I see that?
It's not out in print yet! Can you take a little off the top?
Are you sure you want me to do that?
Aren't I paying you?
How much are you willing to pay?
How good are you?
Didn't you read my resume?
Shouldn't I just see what you can do?
Are you crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah, so can you just shave all the way down? And so I'm going to the beach tomorrow.
Are you really telling me how to do my job?
Did you hear me make a statement to get away with it?
All right, here we go. New choice is this next game. And it is Anna, Dave, and Essie performing this scene. Nicci is going to be our director. She has a bell. All right. When she sees something she wants to change, she will hit the bell. Then, do it again. One more time. There it is. So you heard a bell on this side? In stereo. All right. Then the last person who spoke or did something will have to make a new choice until Nicci thinks they've made the best choice. To get the scene going, your suggestion is dessert tasting at a grocery store.
Cheesecake! Pushkis! Donuts!
All right. We only offer one per customer.
Honey, you're getting so excited. Just calm down. I know you're
No,
excited about
I will not come down. They're donuts. They're Christian food because they're holy. They're amazing because they're low carb.
Okay. Let's get one. Can we have one?
Can I get your name?
Can I talk to strangers, Mom?
Sure. She's going to give you a donut. Sure. She's going to give you a sweet treat. Sure. No. You can't talk to strangers. Ow.
I'm gonna guess that your name is Eddie.
She's a psychic.
You get the one with the E on it. You get the one with the elephant on it. You get the one without frosting because I don't think you need it.
And you are right.
Do you know her?
No, but I think this is a divine intervention. You know, the doctor told us about new diet. Is it? You like it?
I love it.
Can we have another?
Please.
Would you like to try one?
Well, sure. I like to try it. No, of course not. I'm on a diet. Well, maybe. Maybe just one.
All right.
They're like Lay's, but you can't eat just one. They're amazing.
No. Are you kidding me, Eddie? I've been on a diet for 4 months. No I've been on a diet for 1 day. I've been on a diet for 4 hours and I don't know. I'm going crazy.
I saved you from yourself.
Can I please have another?
Well, you say one per customer?
She didn't need it. You did.
Thank you.
You're the devil. You're just rotten.
Well, look up.
You're so inconsiderate. You broke my mom's diet.
Delicious. Oh my God, what is this?
She gave you the soy donut.
I know there's something different about this donut. If I eat a donut, I want the fattest donut that you have. I want to earn all of my calories.
Yes. Me too. I don't want calories. Calories are bad.
That's right. Calories are bad. Calories are horrible.
Mom told me the story once of calories hiding underneath my bed. And if I brought food to bed, that the calories would jump me in the middle of the night and make me swell up fat.
You can have all of them.
Oh, no, you don't.
Yes, Mama! Yes!
Our final game for all 5 performers, plus our guest, comedian Sonny. This game is called Blind Freeze. We'll start with Anna and Dave up front, and they will start a scene. The rest of the players will have their backs to the action as the scene goes. A third player will call freeze. Then one of the players will turn their back, tag in, and then start a brand new scene. To get started, Anna, your suggestion is to start in a pose that is inspired by a dog. And Dave, your suggestion is to begin in the pose inspired by Ariel from The Little Mermaid. This is incredible. Begin.
I feel so free.
You're beautiful with your chest hair blowing in the wind like that.
For years I had it braided, but now it's just free to breathe.
This is the best art class I've ever taken.
Oh.
And I'm going to paint you perfectly. Freeze!
Okay, I see. This is your 4th ticket this month. You're gonna be in big trouble, bud. Big trouble.
Yeah, the third officer told me that if I collected a 4th, I'd get a bicycle.
Yep.
Is it really that necessary to write me a ticket for going 80 and a 25?
Safety first.
Freeze.
So Sonny, come tag in.
Okay, I'm sorry, freeze.
Is that?
So why am I getting this ticket?
Oh, well, you just won the lottery!
How much is clearinghouse? How much is it?
Yeah,
Millions.
Millions.
Freeze.
Bring Uncle Jake home. That's what the first time
Freeze.
You're hysterical. Calm down. Just take a couple of breaths. Breathe with me.
I can't believe I caught you cheating.
What are you talking about?
You left your phone on the bed this morning, and Mike called. He thought that I was you, Buttercup.
Mike?
25 years.
It is so pretty.
Thank you. Oh my gosh. Everybody just keeps telling me that, and this was the perfect ring.
Yes.
When Sean gave this to me, he got down on his knees and he proposed.
Both knees.
Both knees, girl. Both knees.
Your knees and stop surgery and have them replaced recently too.
Of course. That meant the world to me.
He is so
Freeze.
sacrificial. Sit, I cook for you. I cook for you. You walk into my restaurant and I see it in your eye, you want omelet.
Omelets? Okay. Show me what you got.
Well, I take a little egg. It's the kind that come in box.
Okay.
Freeze. Just a
So I memorized all 66 books of the Bible. I want to go eat some fried chicken.
Fried chicken. Let's go. Congratulations. I'm so proud of you.
Oh my goodness, this is what I always wanted.
Fried chicken?
A hug from you, because you're like the prettiest woman ever in church, and I want to know Jesus because of you.
Wow. I'm not sure that we should go anywhere. I think you're moving kind of quick. Not to mention, I'm your Sunday school teacher.
I know, which makes it so right the way that you can disciple me, and we could be BFFs for life.
freeze.
No need to be nervous. Everyone gets a little bit of regurgitation when they do the bungee jump.
I'm nervous. I'm not sure I can do this. I know I signed up.
Yes,
we're right
and you have
here.
paid a large sum of money. You want to make sure you get the full experience. You're gonna jump right off and go boing, boing, boing.
Praise.
I know you're nervous. Please understand me. I know. Having a baby on a bus is not as bad as it seems. This happens all the time. What I'm going to need you to do, and everybody else on this bus, I'm going to need you to lay back in this seat. I'm going to need you to raise up that skirt.
I need you to step away from me.
Listen, man.
I'm having pain
Listen.
that I've never had before.
Listen. Do you want to name your child 66-seater? You have
I want to name my child. Get away from me now.
Listen.
How many?
I mean, what?
How many am I holding up right here?
5, I guess.
Mm-hmm. 5. I want 5 good reasons.
You're crazy.
That is amazing. Make some noise for Well Versed. That has been our show. Thank you to our guest comedian, Sonny. Make some noise for Sonny. Yes, sir. Thank you to the crew of Road to Eternity. Skip and Cindy, thank you so much. Video Studio 317. Put your hands together for them. And thank you to you, our studio audience, and our audience at home for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Bye!